Welcome back to Real Democracy versus the Illusion of Democracy. Unit 5, the distribution of wealth as it correlates to the functioning of our democracies. Although it is not feasible to quantify every single factor that determines and or limits how much opportunity a person has to participate in the decision-making processes of society, it is quite easy to calculate the extent of a person's ability to participate in terms of how much he or she can afford to participate. For example, imagine there are two identical twins of the same physical strength and the same IQ who both want to participate in the democracy of their nation. One of them has millions of dollars to play with, while the other one has to work 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, just to pay the bills to support the family. Which one do you think is going to have more opportunity to participate in deciding the direction of the nation? As the wealth of an individual is clearly the greatest factor that determines and or limits one's ability to participate in any aspect of human society, we can therefore use the distribution of wealth within a nation to grade that nation's democracy. Basically, the more equally a nation's wealth is distributed, the better its democracy will function, because people's opportunities based on how much time and money they can afford to spend on that participation will be more equally distributed. Thus, a possible solution to low-functioning democracies would be to redistribute the wealth more equally within that democracy. Have a look. In modern-day democracies, less than 1% of the people have the opportunity to participate in all of the actual decision-making processes of society. This means that if we were to assign a grade, for example, to the representative democracy of the United States, we would give it a failing grade of less than 1%. Why? Because that is the percentage of people that actually have the opportunity to participate in all of the decision-making processes. Thus, if we look past the brainwashing of our education systems and the propaganda of our corporate-owned media, we see that modern-day democracies are not even close to being democracies of the people, by the people, and for the people. Why? Because only a tiny fraction of the people have the opportunity to participate equally in all of the decision-making processes. Furthermore, as the inequality between those who have the most opportunity to participate and those who have the least opportunity to participate is directly related to the distribution of wealth, the most obvious key to increasing participation in our democracies is to decrease wealth inequality within our societies. Does this mean that the wealth of nations should be redistributed more equally to all of the people? Perhaps, but this would require designing and implementing a new economic system, such as the living income guaranteed model proposed by the Equal Life Foundation. Now here are some questions to consider. Why does the distribution of wealth within a nation affect the functioning of that nation's democracy? 2. Do you think that redistributing the wealth more equally would completely solve all of the problems associated with our democracies? Why or why not? 3. Besides money, what are some other factors that might influence people's opportunity to participate in their democracies? 4. As wealth inequality increases within a society, what do you think happens to that society's democracy?